Now, if we go into the flow part of it, fast now, little fast. Yes, I'm giving emphasis on that one. Then we go to managerial implication, then to abstract, and then we take the questions which we need to solve before we move out to that. Okay? Okay, guys, everybody on this side. Mr. Mohit. Yeah. So when we talk about the analysis and finding, that is point number 4, it will get divided into two parts. When it get divided into two parts, one is whatever data you have collected. So there is a test of reliability of the data, and then there is a test of validity of the data. That your test, what do you mean by the term reliability of the data? Basically, when we talk about the term reliability, there is a test there which will let you know how to do a reliability test. One is a split half method is there. Split method, what we do, the data are divided into two equal parts. Is it okay? And we see that, or sometime we divide it into 4 equal parts. And we see that the pattern of the data of the first and the second is identical. Somewhere the pattern of the data first is identical to the second identical to the third, identical to the first. What it is giving you? What clue it is? If I collect your data, is it okay? For example, I have collected the data, and the data have been collected in such a way that the first few, maybe first 50 responses and the second 50 responses do not match with each other, which gives that either you have manipulated the data or the data collected totally from different sources, wherein there is no match between the two, which loses, then the data is not a strong data. So that is what the reliability test is done. See, it is simple. I think there in my Excel sheet, only in the last column of it, you will find a table is there. So what you do, you take your data and put it in that particular column only. So it will generate the term which is known as a Cronbach's alpha. I think I have the sheet. Because the calculation formulas and all, it goes into a different level, which, let me see if I have uploaded. You can see this one. Now in this one, the questions, if you take, few questions you take and just paste it over here. So automatically you will find that there are various tests are there. It's not that everything you need to do. So if this number is coming greater than 0.6, find data are reliable enough. Okay? Question. For example, I have put in 3 questions I have put in and 115 data points in that. It's as I told you that to test about the reliability, various methods are there. One is a split half method is there, wherein what we do, we divide the data into 2 equal halves. And the pattern of the upper part of the data and pattern of the lower part of the data, if there is a, means they synchronize with each other, we assume that data are reliable in nature. Are we okay? So the first one, whenever data are there, this test need to be done. After the testing has been done, then we come to the real analysis of our data which we have collected. So if you are having a 6 hypotheses are there, all the hypotheses you need to prove that they are not accepted. If you have done regression or you have run in a Danko, so automatically in the regression there was a table was there which was talking about coefficient t value and the p value. We don't have to paste about the coefficient value, but the t values and p values, if you paste it, and then you can write your interpretation. So for every hypothesis, as I mentioned, explain a little bit what you were able to conclude from the data, and then what was your t value, what was your beta, what was your p, and then write down your hypothesis was supported, strongly supported, weakly supported, or not supported. This is how you complete. In this way, then your hypothesis 1, 2, 3, 4. It is not essential that all your hypothesis will be proved. More or less your hypothesis will be proved. The only thing it will happen that few are strong, few are weak, maybe one of the case might be there which is not proved. Because the research which you have done a thorough analysis of the literature. So it is not that randomly the data are being collected and you are doing a number crunching. It is an ANCO-based research. When it is a model-based research, most of the time you will find that the model get proved. But it's okay, the strength of the model will be little different for different group. So some are able to get a very strong model, some can get little less strong model, and the hypotheses which are there, most of them will be proved, but one or two might be there which is not proved. So then you will write down your complete explanation that A, B, C, D hypothesis was strongly proved, E and F were not strongly supported, D was disproved. Means whatever it is. Are we okay with it? Shall I repeat anything? Right, sir. Standard deviation. So that is a strata, that is a different thing, which will happen. For example, you have collected the data. Now what will happen in your data, I assume as a management cadre is there, right? Top, middle and this one. I can sort my data of top, middle and bottom, and then there can be a difference of opinion, that is okay. But if you are having 150 responses are there, it cannot happen that first 50 responses doesn't match with the second 50 responses. Right now, I'm not categorizing them. After categorizing, obviously there will be a difference. Yeah.
You're talking about raw data, right?
Right, sir.
Yeah, but it is it easy to analyze that data and say that the last few rows of data doesn't represent or it doesn't fall into the
So you will have to do some statistical calculation, right?
My question is, when we float a survey, which I'm sure we do as part of this research, and when we get, let's say we get few skewed responses, I guess, or we get few responses which are saying that do not fit in. But
Actually, what happened? I'm not telling to drop. See, we are not required to drop. If we are dropping, then we are doing something error. I'm simply telling that without doing any type of calculation, no regression, nothing I have done it. I'll do everything later. Just the raw data which you have collected, is it okay? If there is a biasness in the data itself. So this is before the data analysis, we have to just check whether the data are good enough for me to take it forward or not. That is what is a reliability, right? Some point of time when you run your, very often it will happen, when you collect the data, sometimes you will find a person is there, he has written 5 throughout. 3. Those type of data are there, is it okay? They create a problem in your analysis. So if you find that your model is not building up, then you look into your data minutely and you find that if these sort of patterns are there, you are required to knock off the data. It is even the research papers also say that 15% of your data can be eliminated. But if you are required to eliminate more than 15% of your data, then there is something flaw in your questionnaire or in your research itself. But 10 to 15% of the data can be knocked off because everybody is aware about that some data will be there, they will be faulty. So very similar patterns if you are finding, you will find throughout a percentage, just put a tick mark 5, 3, or randomly 3, and then 4, some sort of. So those one or two data point means few data points are there which will spoil your analysis. So in that case, you are required to knock off. Lot of time you have to do number crunching, sir. The model doesn't come so precisely in the first go. That is known as a filter of the data. So filtering of the data, moderation of the data. Some amount of moderation, filtration is permissible and it is must. Otherwise, analysis doesn't come. There are so many, as you're talking about outlier, very often it happens like that only. If you remember in statistics, I taught you about the term outlier, a box plot. Now, why do we do a box plot? A box plot, is it okay? I told you sometime it will be a hollow box and sometime it will be a dark box. Did I said anything to you people? Did we did this one? The box plot, right? So in a box plot, is it okay? What will happen sometime when we plot a data, automatically you will find that somewhere the star is coming or circle is coming. If the circle or a star is coming, doesn't mean that you just eliminate the data. You are required to dig into that data and check. Is it okay that why? If you find that fine, it is a genuine answer, is it okay? Then it is okay. So that is what I am telling, that 10 to 15% can be, if required, can be deleted. These are there, the outlier test is there. As you do lot of data analysis, is it okay? Right now your research is not in that level, but there are multiple testing of the data is required before you enter into your final analysis. With when we collect the data from these external board, for example, from Reserve Bank of India or from somewhere, these economic data, then what happened? Econometric analysis when we do, then you are required to do a unit root test, then you are required to test about the sequencing of the data. So multiple tests are there, depend upon what type of research you are doing. But right now it is a business research wherein we are conducting the survey and we are doing a research. So then those all get eliminated, right? Normality test is there, unit root test is there. In normality test, what happened that when you have collected your data, and as we have studied in statistics that as the data become large and large, the data tends to follow a normal distribution. So then there is a test of normality is there, which is done by a Sharpio's test of normality is there. So that also proves your data, whether they are good or bad. But sir, those we do more for econometric data. There is another test is there, which is, don't get tense with all these things. Software will do it and you don't have to do all of them together. You should be aware about it, but then any one test is required. Is it okay? In unit root test, what we do, for example, I have a male, female. So the system looks into the pattern. They are known as runs. So for example, male, male, male. Then it is female, female, female. Then again male, male, then female, female. So the pattern of the data, they are known as runs. For example, listen to me carefully. If it is 3 male data, then 3 female, then 2 male, then 4 female, then 5 male, then 4 female. So this one particular pattern is known as one run. So how many times the patterns are coming, these are known as runs. They should not be low also, they should not be large also. So then we do a run test. Okay? So we forget about everything. Simple, very simple. For our analysis, we will do a reliability test. In reliability test also, we are not telling you how to formulas and all. The data is there. You put your data, simply paste it. Simply take the data and put it in this Excel. Formula is already inbuilt. So it will simply give you a number. If the number is low, then check it. If the number is going 0.6 and above, go ahead. So reliability test is done. Okay? After reliability, all the hypothesis tests can calm down. The return is also handsome. If you become a good researcher, is it okay? Sky is the limit. But the research play, every walk of life research, without research nothing happens, nothing. But it's all not that every time you will do it. Somebody else might do for you, but then you should be able to interpret it. You should be able to see whether they are correct or not. That is what as a manager we look for, how you are required to interpret the data. Am I right? Sure. So can I assume that 4.0 is understandable? Mr. Mohit, is it okay? 4.1, reliability, validity becomes a part of 4.1, 4.2. It depends till what depth you want to go. Now in validity, there is a convergent, divergent validity, but not essential every time you will do it. So basically a reliability test is must. Are we okay? It's already uploaded, sir. It's already up. It's already.
Either doing a percentile approach, for example, you have this data in one column, and you have scores on a scale of 1 to 10, right? Based on that data, on that each column, you should do a percentile, which is P95, P5, P65, and P25. And these two reduce, which is P95 minus P5, P75 minus P25, and read out the rest. Is that an approach
So
acceptable?
there are unlimited things are there. As you are talking, you rightly said, which is known as range, the quartile range, and then percentile range, then decile range are there. So in that one also what we are doing, the corner numbers we are eliminating, but then we have to test. We cannot just rely on the software and they remove it. We have to just check it again that really are these data. Okay? Mrs. Sati, you have a good understanding about all statistical tools. Can I assume now 4.0 will be understandable by everybody? 100% are we with? Okay. All the construct which you have written, all independent data and dependent data will have a hypothesis. And to prove the hypothesis, I need to check the t value, the beta value, the p value, and then write down the statement: supported, strongly supported, not supported, weakly supported, so on and so forth. Makes sense, right? Next. Yes, sir.
So why not do this reliability test and validity test when you're doing data analysis in the research methodology, the last test? When you are doing data analysis, why can't we do there first? Because that's the logical step where you should be.
That is what I've written. First we have to do these tests and then we have to do all hypothesis tests. If you collect the data, then you have to test your data, which I will explain it in one go in Adanko. But today I am feeling that you are tired. Otherwise, I can bring Adanko right now. But I can feel that it is, anyhow we are meeting again. Is it okay? So any one particular when I can and I can explain it to you. So reliability, validity, divergent, convergent, all the tests, you will find all the tests in one Excel. So we don't have to do only. We don't have to do only. Everything nowadays are done by software only, because by manual calculation you can do limited amount. Now factor analysis, if you think about doing manually, it will take hell of time. And what will happen, you cannot do multiple iterations. Now what do you mean by the term multiple iterations? First of all, I left the things to the software, 9 groups it made. Now, after you being a researcher, when you look, is it okay you find a 9 is not looking good? Now what to do? Now we are telling the command to the software, I need 8 only. Again, all hell lot of calculations you'll have to do. It may happen that 8 doesn't work. You have to try with 11. So you cannot do these sort of things manually. Are we okay? Sure, can I assume that 4.0 is okay? 100% clear? And you'll do little more research. You have one more course lined up wherein you will understand more about this completely analysis. You have a course in data analytics, which will come just before your ABR, sometime before ABR, which will again reinforce. So till 4th point they won't teach you. some content of the fourth will be taught to you. Means till third they won't teach you anything there, but the fourth one, data analysis, I have taught you n number of methods, all the basic hypothesis. But then multivariate technique, you will have a factor, cluster, conjoint, multi-dimension scaling, and it depends upon how faculty takes which particular technique. Okay, that's which are being taught.
Sir, can you repeat?
Don't get scared. Don't get scared. Easy. They are not difficult. Was factor analysis a difficult task? Butterfly. Okay. As far as research method is concerned, so research method curriculum is completed. Now, which I am talking about, is it okay? That is, you have to do it in your APR. Research method tells you these are the 7 steps are there which I have written on the board. So all these 7 steps are there till 6, then referencing and abstract, all these 7. These 7 you know well now. Only the point number 4 is elaborated one, wherein we have one more course for you. Okay? Now, please. Okay. As far as assignment is concerned, since examination, before examination, so what will happen, you are not required to collect the data, that won't be possible. So I need your introduction, I need your literature, I need your tentative research framework. Then this data analysis won't be there, simply one para will be there about research methodology, wherein you will write down that maybe if you can interact with one or two experts, that you can do it. Qualitative research you can do it, right? Quantitative I'm not telling you are required to do. And then simply close your document with your managerial implication and limitations, nothing else. Fourth won't be there because it won't be possible now at this point of time to collect the survey, that is not required. Fine, there is not a problem. Is it okay? Then one assignment was a 15%, that is a data analysis one, right? For that data analysis, what will happen, I have shared earlier, we have done worksheet. In worksheet, there was cable example, then there was another one was a grocery example. These were there. So means 10 example, you will have to do it on an Excel sheet and upload it. Those sheet datas I have given to you. We have solved the questions for you. Is it okay? More or less, I have solved. But I'll request you that you are required to solve those questions again and put it on the blind. Right, right. So cable I have done. Then next one was grocery we did. Then treadmill we did. Then I remember we have done June. Another one we did was Nike example we have done. Chi-square test about Nike we have done. 1 minute. Then just next to that one, so just next to that one is about scanner 1 we have done it. Scanner 2, not scanner 1 we have done it, not scanner 2. So those examples which I had taught you in the class, maybe if I taught you 8 examples you have done, then all those 8 examples required will become a complete preparation for your 40 marks. Yes, Ms. Anjali, exactly the same one I have taught you. So you are required to do it again and write down your. So every question will have 6 points. Are there null alternative? Which test you are required to do? What level of significance is there? What is your calculated value? What is your critical value and your decision? No, ma'am. T we have to do, 2T we have to do, Chi we have to do, ANOVA we have to do. That's that is regression. 1 minute. I need your attention. I think now we can close our laptop. All of you just close your laptop. Completely close it. Mr. Sanjeev, close your laptop. The manual calculation is only point number 4, which gives you t, it is x bar minus mu upon standard error, right? And how we have calculated the standard error? Standard error is given by the formula standard deviation upon root n, or it is s upon root n. These are there. You can do manually. Then point number 5, TINV, open a bracket, 2 values. CHIINV, open and then write down the 2 values. You get the critical value. All of you remember? Yes or no? Sure? Practice 2 questions right now. Let us start. No, you can just see. Okay. Okay, guys, must everybody read the question and we discuss the complete question now. We'll discuss everything once you read it, then one by one. Have we everybody read it? Can we start the question? Okay, the first one, Ms. Yashashvi, we take it forward with you only. Who's the researcher? A local bottler in a city claimed more than 16 ounce the juice is always served in his glasses. Your experience with the serving has been somewhat different. So what is your opinion? It is less than 16. You are a researcher. You know alternative hypothesis. Null hypothesis will become mu greater than equal to 16. Alternative is less than 16. So the first point we know null and alternative. Navigate to the second point. Mr. Rohan, what used to be the second point? Which test is required to be done in this one? Already the answer is there in front of you. T-test will be done. T-test, because T-test statistics is already given to you, so obviously T-test it is there. Can we answer the first question? Can the sample size be determined? How much will be the sample size? Degree of freedom is how many? 29. So sample size will be 30. Because degree of freedom is n minus 1, therefore n will be 30 plus degree of freedom plus 1. Okay. Second, if you use 5% level of significance, would you conclude that mean serving is typically? Now null is true or alternative is true? Is it okay? Alternative is true. So why alternative is true? Very good. Since the p-value is less than 0.05, therefore alternative hypothesis is true. So whatever you are talking about is the right one. If I change the level of significance to 1%, earlier it was 5% level of significance, now it is 1% level of significance. When I do 1% level of significance, then what will happen? Is my p less than? At 1% level of significance, I'm comparing this p-value. Earlier I was comparing this p-value with 0.05. Now I'm comparing with 0.01. Because to compare with 0.01, now my p is bigger. So when p is bigger, Mr. Harsh, what will happen? Null hypothesis is true. Null is true. This is how you are required to answer. Simple, understandable. Is it okay? Fine. Let us take care of the next question. No, so section B. In the first one, okay, 1 minute, sir, 1 minute. So Tarun, shall I take it forward? If any queries there, you can get it sorted for a minute. Sure? Okay. Mr. Mohit, you are asking a question, please. Yes, sir. Alternative is true. You are correct. You are correct. Yeah. But at 1% level, sir, you are wrong. Make sense? Okay. Before addressing the question number 1, let me explain you this concept once again, because that was done in the last session. Okay. Now, in this one, it is an ANOVA. Ma'am, okay, what required to do? There are 3 different scanners are there, and I need to understand whether the 3 scanners are identical to each other or any one of them is different. Okay, I repeat again. If I am doing a t-test normally we do when we are required to compare 2 samples. Am I right? If there are 3 samples are there, in that case what will happen? I think I'll have to compare first with the second with the third with the first. Still I can do it. But if there are more than 3, the combination increases, will become many. So whenever you are having more than samples and you are required to compare, it is ideal for you to compare to a ANOVA analysis. That is fine. In ANOVA analysis, Mr. Anand, the comparison is happening on the basis of variability. Variability, right? When we talk about the term variability, what do we mean? Mr. Mazid, what is variability? Quite right. Is it okay? Variation means what? I'm finding out the difference from the mean, and not only the difference, I'm squaring the number. That is known as a variability, right? So I need to test about them. So how do we do now? Controlling. You won't be required to do an ANOVA. Is it okay? I'm just doing for you. I'll explain you the entire concept and then we do another question. Is it okay? Let us work together. Are the data stacked or unstacked? When your data are given separately, then unstacked. If they are sitting one above the another, they are stacked. Okay. You want to compare, at least 2 variables should be there. If there are more than 2, fair enough. You remember I told you this is a very important one. Turkey or a Shafi, why they are important? See, my null hypothesis and alternative, what is there in null and alternative? Null hypothesis will say that the 3 samples are identical. Mean 1 equal to mean 2 equal to mean 3. Alternative will say at least one of them is different. It will not say that all 3 are different. At least one of them is different. Maybe 2 are different, maybe all 3 are different. Are we okay with it? Always, always and always. Your null hypothesis for ANOVA will be mu1 equal to mu2 equal to mu3. Alternate will be mu1 not equal to mu2 not equal to mu3. Okay or no? Any one person, Mr. Mohit, just drop a mail to me, not today, tomorrow, is it okay? And tell me to upload one ANOVA solution. So this solution with the writing, is it okay? I'll write down all the points and upload it. So what is null, what is alternative, so that you read it that one, it will always be lively in your, right? So let me repeat once again. Null and alternative, everybody understood? Which test you want to do? F test you want to do? ANOVA you want to do? Second one. Third one, have I given you a level of significance? Nothing given. 5% level of significance. Now I am choosing a turkey. By default, it is there. If I don't do, then what will happen? It will to or alternative. Doesn't suffice. Because if they are same, then all is okay. But if they are different, then you will have to understand that which is different. Yes or no? Repeat it. If null is true, all three samples are identical, no challenge. Is it okay? But if alternative is there that they are not identical, then obviously you will like to understand that which is not identical. Makes sense? That will help by doing a turkey test. Fine? Table, it's okay, that is simply summary, which is not important. We look into this table and we discuss one by one. Do you remember this number 100.3 calculated? Then I 7.9, and the third one I said that you can take a balancing figure. All of you remember, right? Next, then you see degree of. Whenever I am comparing, is it okay? One comparison is between the sample and one can be within. Maybe the data is from one scanner, but the scanner is sometimes what, right, that it works fast, then it becomes slow, then it becomes fast. So then variation can happen with scanner also. If I am saying scanner 1, scanner 2, scanner 3 are not identical, one may be that different. The another one is there that they are identical. Sometimes machine does something weird. Are we okay with it? Right? So analysis will happen between, within. Now, Ms. Anshita, when I am doing between the sample, how many samples are there? How many samples are there right now? 3. So 3 minus 1, degree of freedom is 2. When talking about within, how many data points were there in each? 10, 10, 10. So 10 minus 1, 9, 10 minus 1, 9, 10 minus 1, 9, 9 into 3, 27. Do you have a number 27? Okay. The first one was talking sum of square. Sum of square, Mr. Tarun, divided by degree of freedom will give you mean sum of square, mean sum of square. So 20.6 divided by 2, 10.3. 79.7 divided by 27, 2.94. All of you together. Ms. Janki, the last step is, first we have done hypothesis, second we have done, third we have done, fourth is F calculation. How F calculation we do? 10.3 divided by 2.952. 10.3 divided by 2.93, that gives you a value 3.494. Are we okay till this calculation? Are we all okay? Don't worry, just write now if you can understand. Same thing what I am talking about, I'll write down in language and upload it. Okay? Last. Fourth step is done. Mr. Harsh, now what is the fifth? Either I need a critical value or need a p-value. I have the p-value which is less than 0.05. So null is true or alternative is true? P is low, so alternative is right. You said null, alternative is true. If alternative is true, now I'm again stuck. If null would have been true, all are identical. Alternative is true means somebody is different. Who is different? Right? Now we have a turkey test. Turkey statistician who has designed. Turkey. I have been pronouncing Turkey only. Okay, now. This column is already giving you an indication, but this column may or may not be there. This column is telling the difference between them is not significant. Same. Here they is saying that scanner 1 and 3, this difference is big one. Is it okay? It is a considerable difference. So scanner 1 and 3 is not same. Scanner 1 and 2, the system is saying no, means they are not different. Fine. Now, if I remove yes, so we know if I don't give you yes, then how you will make out if this column would not have been there. Now how to distinguish differences there or differences not there. You will see lower and upper. Whenever your lower and upper have a dissimilar sign, different sign, then the datas are, then the difference is not significant. You must be thinking how? Listen to me carefully. Sir Shiv Kumar, we need you. Simple, very simple. We are done now, really we are done it. This is a matter of 15 minutes more. Oh my, why you bring two tail, one tail? Don't make us scared. He's already been so scared with So whenever you find that the sign between the numbers are identical, you can see lower and upper have negative sign or positive, either negative or positive, then you will say the difference is big, it is significant. And if the differences are of opposite sign, then you will say difference is not significant. Is this logic synced in your head or not? I repeat again. So Tarun, I am saying that if both are positive, upper and lower, or both are negative, then the difference is big. And if one is positive, one is negative, the difference is not big. So the difference is not significant. So in the first case, the signs are different. Last case, signs are different. They are not significant. In the second one, signs are same. So they are significant. So I am saying that scanner 1 and 2, more or less they are same. Scanner 1 and 3, they are different. Scanner 2 and 3 are also more or less same. No, sir, not on that one. You cannot take a call. Okay? Shall I proceed further? Mr. Mohit, what happened? No, sir. Life is easy. No, life is not so easy.
Basically, whatever the common sense says, we have to do opposite of that.
Perfect. That is an awesome way of looking into it. Yeah, you are quite right. Because whenever it is an opposite, my mind will say that they are different. But then you think opposite, they are same. Mr. Mohit, that was a nice way. Even while teaching, I'll have to take care in that way only. Okay guys, now please faster now. We are just verge of completion. After this, we'll do one illustration of Kai as well. And then you will become masters. Okay, read this question now. Mohan, now you take call. Kindly go there. Kindly you take my place. What happened? Everybody just read this one. Sir, increase the font size a bit. Little bit more. Nice, perfect. Everybody read it. Kindly scroll down now. Further come down, sir. There must be one more table. Okay, so basically you are required to see the last two tables and now answer the other four questions. Three questions are there. At 5% level of significance, is there an evidence of significance difference in the average? Null is true or alternative is true? Null is true or alternative is true? Alternative is true. If alternative is true, what is your alternative hypothesis? The locations are not identical. Everybody clear with it? So navigate to the next question. To test at 5% level of significance whether the average sales volume in thousand or the dollar are different across the three locations, you need to conduct a test. Also clearly mention your null and alternative. In this one, what will be null and alternative? Right now, fine, I've already taught you it is ANOVA. But otherwise, looking into the question, you are required to make out what is your null and alternative hypothesis. Your decision, if appropriate, which location are different, how you are required to justify which is different and which is same. You can see the upper value and the lower value. Wherever the signs are similar. A, B, A and C, A and B, A and C signs are similar. If signs are similar, difference is significant. And if the signs are opposite, the difference is insignificant. So you know ANOVA as well. So anything is there related with ANOVA, anything related with the t-test, anything related with regression analysis, I think now you are comfortable? Sure? Which one? B is simply actually what is there. In this one you are required to test about, so what is null and alternative? Null is that sales of A equal to B equal to C, and alternative is A is not equal to B not equal to C. So you have to write down in the form of a proper notations. Mu1 equal to mu2 equal to mu3. Average sales of A location equal to average sales of B location, average location of C. And the third one, they are not equal. Are we all okay? Sure? Right. Yeah. No, in ANOVA it is always the same. Right? Sure? No, sir. In your decision, if appropriate, which location appear to be different, significant, average. So we will say that A and B location, B, A and C locations are different that way. They are significantly different, but B and C are not significantly different. Not essential, not essential. It may happen that all three are identical. Is it okay as a manager now what will happen? You know that these two locations are identical, then the product can be placed in any locality, but in other these locations the locations are different, so you'll have to have a different thought process when the location have a different sales. That's the only way. Are we okay? B. This is 40% of your paper. First para will be a simple case studies there, which you are required to write down on the basis of your introduction, literature, and whatever I had taught you till now. That is the first A part of what. B part will enter into more conceptual one, wherein you are required to define something or explain something like primary data, secondary, which we had. So different questions. Are we all okay? Last one, so what will happen, Mr. Mohit, is your location A and B are right. So then doesn't make a difference. You sell the product there or you sell the product here, doesn't make a difference. Location doesn't change the sales. But as far as B and C is concerned, so you have to just simply say that, yeah, these two locations are there. Which location makes a difference? But sir, I have changed that one only. Now I have removed your literature, means only till tentative model only. Yeah. So now I think we can do it on 16. No, actually earlier I thought to do some little more on it. But now I have reduced your assignment on. Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute. So Shiv Kumar, we'll take a call right now. Oh. A and B is significant. Sorry. I'm sorry for that. We are saying that A and B, that first A and B who are identical, sorry. Anywhere. This one you need to be cautious. Are we okay? Okay. Last one, how to write an abstract. We have completed all the point. The abstract comes in the beginning, dot in the last. So I'll the abstract the discussion. Any further query? I can explain you Kai once again. Okay? Let's explain you. Sir Rohan, please. Okay guys, I'll do one Kai test as well. I'll do one Kai test now. Ms. Bindu, can you frame any question wherein male and female have a difference of opinion? On any particular brand we can take? CK when it comes to watches, my favorite. I always say that only. Next one. Maybe that there are, how many females are there? Maybe there are 20 males are there and there are 15 females are there. Ma'am, fast finish this one. Huh? What happened? There's nothing dominating in this one. It's not dominating. I've just taken overall about your class ratio. So if I take that ratios there. Let us do now. Now what I need to do is I need to select this. How many rows are there? How many columns are there? No, no, no. There are 2 rows are there. But it's not that like, this question won't be like copy paste, right? Because if you are required to do manually, then you should be aware about how to do it. How to prepare this table, how to prepare this table, how to prepare this table. So one is an observed data. Expected data, how do we calculate it? Row total multiplied by the column total divided by grand total. That gives you expected value. Then observed minus expected value, and then last one is observed minus expected whole square divided by expected. Ms. Cookie, I'll write again. One is observed data, expected data, then observed minus expected whole square by E, and then you are required to cumulate them, all of you together, and this becomes your chi-square calculated. This becomes your chi-square calculated. Step number 4, step number 5, what we did? You are required to see the table value. So how you will see your table value? CHIINV, open a bracket, it will ask you 2 things, 5% level of significance and then degree of freedom. How do you calculate degree of freedom? And then whatever calculated is less than or greater than. Makes sense? Sure? No doubts now? 100% sure? Last, can I just take abstract and close the discussion? So we did initially manually only, then later on I explained it to you. But Mr. Mohit, I'm helpless. I'm helpless that I won't be able to provide you software at that point of time. Okay. If it is examination, you need to prepare how to do it, right? All won't be interpretation, some calculation which is manageable calculation with a calculator. My God, you are dangerous. Huh? Okay guys, fast now. We don't need, sir. If you have chi-square, inverse values are there, you don't need a P. Last now, are we ready for abstract? Huh? This is how abstract is written. simple. It's simple. What happened? Miss Cookie, how are you? Looking very tense, huh? See how nice abstract. It's just too much. It's simple. It's simple. Let us work together now. So we know we are already done with it. See, abstract are written in two ways. One abstract, particular journal like Ambrel, they invite abstract exactly in this particular way only. Another journals are there, they won't write anything, they will write flat in 150 to 200 words. These are the two things. But even if it is 150, indirectly you are required to touch upon these points, just shorten it. Okay. Everything you have already done, you are required. Abstract is what? It is a summary of what you have done. First of all, is the purpose. It's already uploaded on the Blackboard, Mr. Kumar, no worry. The first one is, what is the purpose of your research? That is clear. If Emerald, then you need to have this one. The first thing it is talking about, what is the purpose of your research? That is what is your research problem and objective. That is what is your purpose of research. Research methodology, what we have done 3.123. So basically it was a quant and a qual. How many people you surveyed? Just simple. And you prepared a questionnaire. Short one. Third one, what is the finding? In finding, when you are having a model, so you will say that out of the 6 constructs, 4 were strong enough, 2 were weakened, 2 were not strong, 5 were strong, 1 was supported, whatever it is. That is simply the findings in nutshell. Then we are having research limitation and implication, that anyhow, okay, managerial implication still we left on it. Originality, and this one is fine. You have to just say that your document is original. After you have written abstract, in every research there is a term keyword. So there are 5 keywords you are required to write, and 5 keywords are like a way of searching an article. The words which are coming very often in your research, which are the guiding force of your research, they become the keywords. Are we all okay? Last one, yes sir.
Section A, we have to write in this one.
Section A. Your complete research. This abstract, it is complete summary of this one. See, first of all, intro, why you have chosen a topic, purpose of your research. Then we are talking about the literature review, wherein you will talk about in that one that what construct you are able to identify, which were proven, which were not proven. Findings is completed. Then limitation, anyhow it will be there. Limitation not essentially, Mr. Anand, that you write a limitation that data we couldn't collect. No, that is not the only limitation. Limitations are different. Maybe that because of some environmental issues or something, I couldn't do the research, or my implication would have been something different. If your research is environmental related, if your research is something, so limitation should be not a normal limitation. You will find everybody will write the same one, that we couldn't collect the data, we couldn't collect the data. It should not be like that. Think why, what else you could have done it that way. Last one, managerial implications, one para, and we are done with it. Listen to me. All things are uploaded on the Black. In my research, you can see this is divided into further 3 parts. Your dependent variable has 3(1). Means if I'm able to make you buy a product, what will be the consequence? Is it okay, the buying of the product, you may convey somebody else to buy. It may happen that you repurchase, or it may have some other consequence. Is it okay? So your research will have some impact on society. Your research will have some impact on organization. Your research will have some impact on industry. I write my managerial implication in this way, that whatever research I have done it, surely it will have some contribution to the society. It will have some contribution to the organization I am working for. It will have some contribution for the industry, because definitely my research is based on some industry. Is it okay? So how it will benefit. So one para on all the three becomes your managerial implication. A sample is up on the blackboard. I'll show you. So you can see internet users and block. This is one of my article which I submitted. Quite ahead it is gone. We are just waiting that it get approved, accepted. So it is needs to various stakeholders. Regulators are there in ad. What will happen? Regulators are there. What will be the impact on the advertising industry? What will be there on regulators? And my conceptual model can be utilized for the academic purpose as well. The model which I have prepared, is it okay? This model can be used by the academy to in the and anti-block and block, ad block and anti-block, etc. So my research has a benefit to the stakeholders. My research has a benefit to the society as an education. My research has a benefit to another one. Any query on any aspect. I have given you a complete clarity about examination, about your assignment. I am telling you, you are required to write production. You are required to write down your, after literature, you are required to write down your model. We don't have data analysis and finding. It will be your implication. Managerial implication should be there, and limitation and conclusion. Make sure that at least your article 5 peoples are there. Minimum we can expect an article of somewhere around 5 to 6,000 word will be there. Everybody will contribute at least 1,000 word. Make sure that in-text citation, everything, because I'll show you how marking I do. Everything, if your article has good scholarly content, is it okay? Definitely you will get more marks. It's a good one, 35% marks so easily. So make sure that your document is brilliant in every aspect. You have to check about the grammatics, is it okay? The proper format of the article should be there. Everything I look into. There are 6 parameters are there, which is also there on the blackboard. I think I'll upload it on the blackboard if not done. These are the 6 parameters on which I test that. The 6 parameters further have sub-parameters. When I write about the citations, so I look into how you have cited your article, whether you have followed the APA style of formatting, and what type of articles you have chosen in your research. It's not a big deal. 1,000 word is not at all a big assignment, is it okay? But I need a quality content should be there. Your numerical 15% assignment, all the assigned class, questions which I have done it, do it again on a Word document and upload it on the blackboard. Is it okay? 15 is an individual one which everybody will do it. Is it okay? But in a group it can be. You can sit in a group and do it. But the other one which is there, which will be only one document will come from the group. So any one person can take a lead and upload it. Are we all okay? Worksheet is there. So as I told you, actually these are manual calculations. On Excel you can do it. Because, so we know, see, T, 4th step, only that you require. No, in the T only, I am telling in the T. This calculations are what you have to do is x bar minus mu upon standard error. Standard error is standard deviation, 1 root n. So everything you can do it on Excel. You can use it, use it. I don't have any problem. I think I have uploaded on the. 1 minute. I'm not telling that you don't use it, but if any one particular software is not working, so I have PH is there, sorry, the another one is there, Excel is there, whatever you use it. Not textbook, I think paired one we have not done, so leave it right now. You can help each other, that is fine, but everybody need to do it individually and submit it individually. It will become a good revision for your 40%, you won't even have to look into it, because this will give you a good preparation for exam. Are we all okay? I think I have done. Sanchita, please. Okay, last thing is submission date now. So, see, as far as research assignment is concerned, I can put a date as 22nd you wanted. 22nd. But the 15 marks assignment, because it is a part of your exam, has to be submitted before the 1 day of exam. Okay? 16th you are required to submit your 15 marks, 35 marks you are required to submit on. And see, proper document should be there. Formatting to spelling, grammatics, citation, index citation, because already we have reduced, I'm removing one data analysis part, is it okay? So definitely your work will be become really some 5,000 to 7,000. 5 is the lowest one, definitely 5 not a 7,000, it's okay. How best you can do it. I assure you, if any of the work will be better, out of how many, 6 groups are there or 5 groups are there? 5 or 6. At least 1 or 2 assignment which I find really they have done a good work, I'll take it forward. Maybe I'll make you also work along with me. I will also put an equal amount of effort and we'll see how we can take it forward. I work on everything. Mr. Mohit, kindly note down this as well. Anything has to be taken from somebody has to be paraphrased, right? But still after paraphrasing, to citation, for example, if I have taken yours, I'll write in my language, but the thought is yours. It has to be. No, sir. The routine one. You just see 1 or 2 articles. Supply chain article I have already uploaded, right? That can become a good base for you. Sure? Are we all okay? Thank you to all of you. Wish you all the best. Thank you to all of you. Thank you.